Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a video that I wanted to talk about for a long time, and it's about Katy Perry and BTS. I love both these people so much, so when any of the drama started to happen, I was so sad, but we have a little bit of an update on the situation and what people believe is Taehyung addressing it. We also have what a lot of people believe to be BTS Butter and Megan Thee Stallion remix leaked. Let's talk about it and discuss. So grab your dumpling, a tea spilling mug merch, and let's jump into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified anytime new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first, leave your hate comment. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also, so you can first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into is what happened with Katy Perry and BTS. I want to clarify I'm going to be neutral here. I know when I do videos that are neutral, it gets less views because people want to see me bash a singer. But I want to look at everything from another perspective. There's some footage online of what I am talking about, but I want to clarify. Katy Perry did a speech and apparently insulted BTS. I can't find footage of the whole speech, so it's just a segment of it, and I'm going by what the public is currently saying off of that. And we all know how that can be. Things can be taken out of context. I'm not saying it for sure is or isn't, but it can be. And then one person runs with a narrative. It's a very interesting narrative, and suddenly the whole internet believes one thing. I am not here to say if I believe this is true or not. I'm here to say what the quote-unquote beef is. God knows the internet has taken what I've said or done out of context, so I'd never want to do that to anyone else. But there was this story that Katy Perry at the Jingle iHeartRadio concert was doing a performance, and BTS was also there doing a performance. Katy Perry allegedly said that the BTS fans were there and that armies all get to stay past their bedtime, insinuating that it's all little kids that like the boys, which is a common misconception with K-pop and kind of racist connotation, because it's to say it's not real music. It would be a weird thing to say if it wasn't addressed to a specific group, so of course everyone thought that comment was made to BTS. But there wasn't clips before those words, and there wasn't clips I saw of her saying the word army. Some people laughed. I believe it was supposed to be a joke. Then footage cuts into Katy Perry doing her performance, and then it cuts into mass people leaving the stadium. Some people believe that army waited until later to leave because they wanted to support Halsey. I also wanted to check if the audience was real, because some shows will hire a fake audience like the Grammys or whatever. They're called seat fillers or extras essentially. But it seems like you do have to pay for a ticket to attend, so the audience did have the ability to just leave, and it looks like they did. Now, whether they left right after Katy said her comment or they left after her performance, I am not sure. Some footage makes it seem weird. It's also all edited, so I don't know. And I'm saying this as kind of an alternate perspective because the latter perspective is already all online. I always thought that situation was just weird. She absolutely did say those words, but I find the footage that is online to be weird. Now, of course, armies got mad. They were all laughing at how many people left the stadium. And there really isn't another reason for mass people to leave other than they personally felt insulted or weren't going to sit there and support someone that insulted their favorite artist. So even to this day, Katy Perry still gets people mad at her, sending her death threats over this, but I don't know if she sees all of that. I know she is online all the time though, so she likely has seen these articles and comments. Now, if you don't know, Katy Perry was a judge on American Idol. I think it's still airing and she's still a judge. I'm not entirely sure. I personally was never really a fan of the show. I do like the voice though. A contestant came into the show and did Dynamite for their audition, and the judges loved it. He killed it, and he was doing some choreography. And right after, Katy got up and wanted to learn some of those dance moves. She then said, "I purple you," which is a phrase Taehyung made up. It did not exist otherwise. No one said this before. The phrase wouldn't even make sense prior to BTS. So there's no doubt this is referencing a BTS phrase. Also, the guy performed Dynamite. But this phrase is also a phrase, in my opinion, you have to watch a few interviews or keep up with internet culture, which Katy does, to know the meaning of. And she used it correctly. So people were mad at her for using this phrase because she had insulted BTS at the iHeartRadio ages ago. Now, a lot of people believe that BTS was never happy about her, and thus BTS does not follow her. A lot of people think Taehyung is in charge of social media, so they see that he did not follow her. And BTS is known to just randomly swoop in there and follow people. They have followed people that are friends with Katy, but have kind of just skipped her. And a lot of people think that this is BTS or Taehyung's way of being like, we don't really like you. But it could also be a thing to avoid drama. Like if they did follow her, people would be upset and be like, don't you know she doesn't like you? So there's many reasons for this. I think Katy acknowledging the phrase on TV was kind of her way of apologizing, or at least saying she acknowledges BTS as a real artist now. Katy in her career has said some weird stuff. It's kind of what she's known for. It doesn't excuse any possible bad comments, but it's to know that she makes bad jokes sometimes. I don't think she stands by those those words and has any hate for any artist. I think she can respect anyone's hustle, and if she did ultimately change her mind about BTS, and clearly looking at the contestant in front of her who is not a kid and singing and dancing to a BTS song, she knows she was wrong. I think this is what we can hope for in a person, that they eventually come around and be a better person. It always bothers me when I see people online being canceled for old things they've done, and I am not talking about illegal things and awful things they've done years ago. If you've committed a crime, bullied someone, or touched someone without consent, you can remain and rot in jail and stay canceled. I am talking about things that were considered socially acceptable at the time, but not anymore. We've all probably made some sort of, let's say, being Asian joke before. I know I have, I'll admit it. Growing up in a school full of white people, I thought these jokes were normal and they made me cool. But I wasn't making it to other Asian people. There weren't any other Asian people. So eventually when I realized the people in the school were laughing at me, not with me, I stopped. And it eventually became less acceptable to make those jokes. But it being once socially acceptable, you can't hold someone to those standards now for something they did back then. Even at the time, which was only 2 years ago, K-pop was still seen as something little kids enjoy, which even then wasn't true, but that was the running joke. And K-pop didn't have this mass global impact and respect that it's starting to have now. Some can come around and realize what they said was wrong and that they might even be a fan now. By they, I'm referring to Katy. Let people learn and grow. It's all part of life. And you're lying to me if you say you've never said something or done something that you definitely regret. Music is coming around and people are so excited to hear new music from BTS. I don't think we are getting a full, completely new song from BTS. Maybe not for another week or so, but we are getting a remix that is going to bring Butter back into the news and back into people's mouths. They announced recently that Megan Thee Stallion is going to be remixing Butter and putting it out. I think she talked about this briefly during a live stream, how she was planning on putting one verse into it, and allegedly her label said that this wouldn't be good for her career and wouldn't let her put it out. But they seem to have worked it out and it's coming out very soon. Some people believe it was leaked already. Someone took the Butter music video and remixed it with one of Megan's featured songs and kind of put the Butter beat under the rap and then was like, this is the remix. But it doesn't seem like anything was leaked yet. And they did a good job keeping a secret. Now, while I don't think this will be the remix, I do think it gives us a very good idea on what the song will sound like. I think it sounds really good and it brings this level of really gritty rap into the song. It takes it in a new direction and it feels like a completely new song. The rap on Butter are very poppy and happy and that makes sense. Then adding Megan can bring the song into this gritty, darker vibe to it, which is really cool and different. I honestly think Megan will be a great addition to the song, and I don't know why the record label would allegedly fight against putting something like this out. How would BTS hurt Megan's career or image? I think it would only add to her image as a very diverse artist. I think she would reach a whole new demographic of people that she would normally not reach. Although I don't think there is anyone who doesn't know the song WAP, but there's a lot of people who love BTS and WAP would not be their type of music. So maybe after the remix, they might consider giving that song a listen again, but also other songs by Megan. So I don't know what the pushback was with that, but hey, we're getting it, so I'm happy. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really put on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so to keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you like to see. We have a great time interacting with each other over there and just having fun. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top of the description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you'd like to do that. That is on the front page and you can check it out. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.